Welcome back to Backroom Convos. I'm your host at the most, Lesego M, Diddy report, aka Shoot Your Shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy like Cairo. Listen, if you're a fan of Paul, stay tuned because you might like what we're cooking. And on today's episode, the song of the day is Cry Song by Jay-Z. I'm so sorry about that. It's Cry Song by Jay-Z. It was released 2021, I believe, in the album called The Blueprint. So the song currently sits at 25.4 million. For those of you who want to check it out on Spotify, it is 25.4 million. The song is 5 minutes 2 seconds long. For those of you, I think this is one of like Jay-Z's best. Like I know like people like also now Drake also sampled this song for, I don't remember the song he sampled this for. Oh, I think it's the song where even J. Cole sampled Drake. I think Drake sampled Jay-Z and J. Cole sampled Drake. I think it's the same song. I'm not sure, but I'll just check it out for you, man. Yeah, busy day I had, busy day, and like I have to say, good thing. Yesterday, one of the best episodes that I had. Till today I came in, like I had, like as I said, I had a very busy day today, so doing some of these things I wasn't sure if I was gonna come in or not, or so but then I ended up landing, so even I think the content for today it's a bit whack, but we'll just try and push everything out as much as we can, because even yesterday when I said I was coming back later on, I left out a bit of content for that, so we'll start by touching a bit on that, and we'll just gradually make our way into like today's content. Yeah, so like there's just a lot of things that are coming out. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about Columbus Kid Short Jr. So for those of you who don't know who Columbus Kid Jr. is, so Columbus Short is, he was playing in Stomp the Yard. So for those of you who haven't watch Stomp the Yard, go out, watch Stomp the Yard. The guy in Stomp the Yard who is dating Megan Good, that's the guy I'm talking about. He was called I don't remember what he was called in Stomp the Yard, but his name is Columbus Short. Just check him out. So Columbus Short came out, I think it was last week when he came out, when all those suits were being filed against Diddy. He also said he never did anything to me, but he once tried something similar to me when I was with my wife sleeping after I think some awards. Then he called, so this is the story, I'll put it this way. He said I was sleeping at night after the awards with my wife, and an unknown call comes in. It's written unknown. Okay, it's strange that I'm receiving an unknown call. I pick it up, and the nigga's voice that I hear on the phone, it's Diddy's voice. So I speak to him, and he says I must come wherever he is. And I asked Diddy, who is there? He's like, I'm alone. So at that moment, he just realized like something is off. Why would this guy want me to come to his place when he's alone? Like, like it doesn't make any sense. I should have, listened to the entire story, but like I wasn't sold, or like I was like, alright, nigga, like it's one of those daily stories that we've been getting the entire week, So I'm not saying like I'm downplaying the fact that they are victims of this thing near Diddy, or like I'm not doing that, but I'm just saying we've been covering a lot of content around like Diddy, the lawsuits, everything. I think for me it's getting or it got to that point where even when that came out, I was like, oh, I guess it's one of those, like, yeah, well, but it is what it is, man. He also added, I have that experience with Diddy. He once called me. So for those of you who don't know, he once did a choreography for Britney Spears on the On of Sea Hotel tour. He also worked on Brian Shetman, I think something for him. He also did something in Storm the Yard, Cadillac Records, Aroma, and The Losers. He was in those films. So this guy is old now. Like I was thinking, when you see people in movies, like I've always thought this guy is the same age as me, but now he's not. You know how I know? I'm looking at his profile. He's not. Bro was born in the 17th of September 1982. He's 41 years of age in Kansas City, Minnesota. Is it Minnesota, in the United States of America. So I was like, what? Bro is very old. Huh? He is very old. You know what I mean? So I was like, wow, like, well. So yeah, like, he's old. He even has 2 kids, bro. Like, how? When? Like, what? Like, people grow so fast. And I was like looking at this and I was like, okay, let me just cover like the Columbus thingy. But now he does. Like, in some of the pictures where he's living out his beard, you can tell, yeah, this man is a grown man. So yeah, on other news, I want us to talk about the Codesa, the Chris Hani murder, and the Cyril Ramaphosa's hand in there. I want us to talk a bit about it. So the statement was released. I should have covered this last week, but I didn't cover it. I don't know why. There was just too much content or hotter content then, and we had to prioritize it. But now we are coming back to this. So this is the statement that came out, and it was being given by, I'll give you the name of the person who gave it out. So I'll just read this. You just listen and tell me what you think. Sorry, on the comment section. Oppenheimers Chris Hani saw and denounced Codesa, and they murdered Chris Hani. That is why Cyril Ramaphosa released the murderer of Chris Hani. So the guy, Junius, is it Junius? Yeah, Junius Wallace. Junius Wallace is the guy who murdered Chris Hani. So he was released from jail. I guess that's why this came out. So they say this is why Cyril Ramaphosa released the murderer of Chris Hani, because the Oppenheimers, obviously, like the Stellenbosch mafias, so they didn't like the Codesa thing that was going on. That's why they ordered a hit on Chris Hani. And you remember Junius Wallace. Is it Wallace? Wallace. Yeah, it's Wallace. I don't think. Can you please pronounce the surname for me? Yeah, Wallace. So he was being released out of jail. Shout out to Oscar Pistorius as well. We'll touch on Oscar Pistorius later on the show. So this came out after, and the guy who was speaking on this, it was Mweleti Mbeki, who summarized the ANC problem. And he says corruption started at Codesa negotiation. The present corruption started when the white monopoly capital bribed Serial, Tokyo Sahwani, Sagi, Makoroza, Wendy, Luhabe, and very few others, without Mandela knowing. The primary was free shares worth millions in WMC firms and mines. The bribery was organized by Cyril because he started working with the SAP, Oppenheimer Rupert, and Godsell since early 80s. Hani became aware of the bribery. That's why he denounced Codesa, and they decided to murder him in order to defend their own corruption. They, meaning whites, had to have a corruption government, so the people, so they had to have a corruption government so that people keep on attacking the corruption government officials and forget about them while they loot more. He says the masters of corruption is Cyril, not Zuma. Zuma is a small fry. I don't know. So that's the statement released by Mbeki. I don't know if he was being paid to speak on, because also we can't look away at the fact that who has a party. Jacob Zuma, Jay-Z has a political party. Jacob Zuma has a political party. So he might be saying this because maybe he's getting something out of that, or he has a deal to say, go say this. There's always something dirty with these politicians. You'd never know. So I'm not sure if this is true. Oguti, that guy went to jail and Chris Hani was murdered, and why all these theories? And if they're coming out, why are they not being investigated if they are valid? What's going on? What am I missing? There's just a lot that's going on. And if it's true, Jay-Z must come out, Jacob Zuma must come out and say yeah, I knew about that and I kept quiet. Give us your reasons. I couldn't hate those people. Say, give us your reasons to say, the reason I've been so long is because A, B, and C and these people. And if there's evidence to be, sent or given to the relevant, state official, they must be handed it so they can be arrested. So if corruption can be crippled from the top, that's the beginning of a new day or a new South Africa, if we can do that. So clearly for me, I feel like now this is coming out and nothing, or investigation, or the Hawks are investigating this. I was like, so it's another day, another old news, or another fish to fry, or another person to throw under the bus. So it was there. It was like, okay, let's just bring it into the podcast so we can talk a bit about it. You know what I mean? So yeah, what's your thought on this? Please do let me know in the comment section what you think, and please do not forget, we're in the road to 100 episodes. So do let me know what you want us to do on the 100 episodes, and we'll try and implement. Don't be heavy on the things we should do, but we'll try and see if what we can cover and what we can't cover. We'll just have to discuss it on the comment section for those of you who have suggestions as to what we need to do with the podcast when we get to 100 episodes. I think in the Cybertruck story, I did cover it last week. So if I didn't, for those of you who didn't get it, so the Cybertruck, Elon Musk Cybertruck, SpaceX, the unknown company, those company that Elon Musk has, Starlink. We'll also talk a bit about Starlink, but the Cybertruck had its first accident last week. And I think, not the owner of Tesla, not the owner of the Cybertruck. He was not on the road. The guy or the person who was driving the other car, which was a Corolla, the Corolla. I don't know what they called it, Corolla, but it's a Corolla, the old ones. So he bumped into the Cybertruck. Nothing happened to the side. It's a bit of scratches and tipping on the side. Nothing major on the Cybertruck. But the other Corolla, it's messed up. I know it was messed up. And I don't know if that was done because they are trying to market the Cybertruck more. These people, it can be a stunt of some sort even, So I don't know truly what the reason was, or I don't know, but I suspect there's a play at hand, because even with the movie that came out, the one that I told you that you were I watched, I forgot the name, the Living It Behind, the movie Living It Behind. It had something to do with Tesla, and after that, Tesla is retracting all the cars that have auto drive so they can fix them. And I'm like, well, what's going on here? I don't know if this maybe is a part of the marketing, but yeah. Shout out to Tyla, bro. Shout out to Tyla. I was watching something on TikTok, and someone was saying that, man, we need the vision board, Yaga Tyla, or the daily affirmation, Tyla's daily bro, like last year was Tyler's year, bro. Like it was Tyler's year. Like he was closing in and out. He was everywhere with just 2 songs, and now he's under Sony. Like things are going well for Tyler, bro. Like someone said we need that. And I did give up the Jay-Z's favorite music list of 2023. So today we are doing Obama. And it's still on Jay-Z's list. Tyler was still there as well. So like to be in, for the fact that he was even with the Kim K and like, like what? God, yeah, 21, 22, like, he achieved a lot in the past 9 months, bro. Like what? He had a lot going on. Shout out to her, and everything is achieved, man. 2023 was so good for her, and I just hope the team or people behind her can even help her get to like greater and greater heights. You know what I mean? I've heard that she's very humble. Like I heard from Kyle, but Kyle I don't trust. Kyle Sinet I don't trust, because he has like agendas even that one. I know, because he did say on the stream that he was once in with who's that lady Yadi, the boat. He did say he has a crush on Tyler rather. So I don't know if what he was saying is trying to be nice or it was game, I don't know. But he said that. So yeah, for those of you who just joined us, I'm your host at the most, Lesego M, Video Report, aka Shoot Your Shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy, like Cairo. Listen, if you are a fan of Port, stay tuned, because you might like what we are cooking. So yeah, the song of the day is Song Cry by Jay-Z. It was released on the Blue Period album, which was released 2001. A lot of my audience 2001, they were not born. I don't even know how old I was at 2001, but I'll count. So the song is 5 minutes 2 seconds long and currently sits at 25.4 million on Spotify and Note. Shout out to Jay-Z, man. He's one of the people that I look up to when it comes to a lot of, but we'll talk about that some other time. Let's go over to the break. Cheers. Welcome back to Backroom Convos. I'm your host at the most, Lesego M, Daddy Report, aka Shoot Your Shot, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Daddy like Cairo. Listen, if you're a fan of Port, stay tuned, because you might like what we're cooking. Before we went on a break, we did talk about Tyler's year and how amazing it was, and I've been like a part of the people that are rooting for her and like her success and everything. I know even Peltusi was even asking for match from Tyler. It's like, yo, we need match, you need to release match, and people were like, yo, we agree, we need match, so there'll be match, I think, in my opinion, since people are asking for it from Tyler. So she's even a part of like Barack Obama's list. What? Barack Obama's list, music list of 2023, for those of you who didn't know. So Tyler is in that, and we did cover the one that Jay-Z, but he's like 29 on Jay-Z's list. You know what I mean? He's 29 on Jay-Z's list. So there are currently like 3 songs that are like Amapiano records on, who's this guy? Barack Obama's list. There's 3 Amapiano songs. So there's one with Tyler, of course. The second one is the one with Davido, with Musa Keys. The third one, yeah, I think it's 2 songs. I'm so sorry, I said 3. It's 2 songs. It's the one with Davido and the one with Tyler. So it's 2. I'm trying to look and see. Amapiano. Oh, even Asake. Amapi, they said that at the sub truck, Amapiano. Asake in Olamidi, or Kemang, I don't know the Nigerian name. Olamidi, I think that's how you pronounce it. My Nigerian names, that's on. I don't know. It's like 3 songs if I'm not mistaken. So we have how many Afrobeat songs we have? I'll count you with the Afrobeat songs that I see. So it 1, 2, and okay. it's too Afro. It's too Afrobeat song and this. It's too Afro. It's not 3 Afrobeat. It's 2 Afrobeat because technically the sound I'm a pianist from South Africa, so that doesn't qualify. The song with Davido, sound I'm a piano. We don't care. The sound with Tyla, I'm a piano. We don't care. So yeah, man. So shout out to everybody, man. Tyla is number. I'll just read out people that like South Africa and beyond. I'll read out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tyla is number 9 on Barack Obama's list. 9, 10, 11 sits Musa Keys and Davido. 11, so 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 is Asake and that other lady. The name is giving Nigeria. I don't know what it says. 23. It's 22, 23. So yeah, shout out to African artists, but yeah, shout out to African artists. I wanted to say, but at the end of the day, it's all African music. So we have like 5 African music in these charts. So it shows that we as Africans are moving somewhere with this thing. Yeah, music and the sound. That's African. Even Nigerians are biting it now, but it's cool. We are taking it to the forefront. Regardless, you know what I mean? We're taking it to the world. I know people like Wiz Khalifa as well. He's like a big fan of Amapiano. He's forever like bumping, like songs, Amapiano. And like people are like used to it now. It's like whenever someone, it's like Casper Bar just bumping Amapiano songs. It's like a norm now. But Wiz is like a part of us now. The culture induced in it, He is us, we are him, we are one. It's that type of thing where like, you must stop it now. We know Wiz is a fan of Amapiano, so it's that with Wiz. I just thought I should, maybe say it. He was listening to me as well, so shout out to that. Shout out to Rihanna as well, who gave a shout out to Mnike as well. Mnike, the hit, Shout out to Iplani, which was also robbed for Song of the Year, but who's counting? Who's watching? We don't care. Those that radio station, that one radio station must answer to the people. Shout out to Kai. And as I said, shout out to Tyla, not Kai. So Tyla again, I'm speaking on Tyla. Because Tyla is Kai's crush, Kaisinet's crush. So they got to meet at one party. I don't know where the party was. But, Kaisinet, as he did mention in all of his streams, that he's a big fan of Tyla and they might be on the same age and she has a crush, on Tyla. They party together. He had like a lot of nice things to say about Tyla, but he might be saying that to get them, she to get in between those guys or like, he's saying all those nice things just to smash, he might be saying that, And out of these peace, even Shaky, there after meeting Tyla, he left and he went back to the UK. And I'm like, all these guys, they're just chasing, but it's fine, So Kai Sinet, he did say like we have a good thing with Tyla, very genuine person in A, B, and C. You know what I mean? So he did say that about Tyla, and I'm like, yeah. She's good people, and I've forever been saying with Tyla, we don't need to pay a South African to do the Trevor Noah ad for whatever millions they pay him. As much as he's a business, we need to say, like, people must talk. We must, ship the money that we invested in Trevor alone. We should invest it maybe in 10 artists who are like doing bigger things in the world and say like, we are taking more artists, not to pay them to say something good about South Africa, but support them when they're, like doing it big internationally. Like when someone is trying to like reach for that internationally, or like there should be a way of like, fund these people or like, try and assist them. I even know that Black Coffee was once like going to Europe and doing all these gigs and paying all his gig money that he was making here at home to go internationally and playing those gigs and not getting paid. and now he's like the biggest artist, and he does talk about South Africa, but it's one of those. Imagine if we were behind he hit in the wall to say we are part of his genius, as much as more or less we are like a part because he was born here. But I'm saying I think we can do more. That we can let's support these artists, man, when they go international. That's what I mean to say. Even piano artists, let's find a way on how we not only support them on Twitter or on comment sections, but as us as people, the government, let's try and find a way as well. What seems like, we support people like Chusombe, because they're doing great things in the world, and they always have things to say about home South Africa. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think maybe that I felt like that was we were supposed to talk about that. So a huge loss for Japan, because on Monday they recorded a huge earthquake, which was about 7.6 magnitude, if I'm not mistaken. And I saw this, I wanted to cover it, but as I said, we had a lot of content that we had to cover from that point. And I saw someone who was on stream, I think on Monday. I saw the video now, like today, when the earthquake was happening, the 7.6 magnitude earthquake, when it was striking Japan. Someone was streaming and saying it's an earthquake, we need to take shelter, we need to go to higher ground, because there's also a tsunami alert as well, which is about so much high, or like people, so there was that. I don't know the story. I'm trying to read up on this, but it doesn't say anything about the tsunami. And like, rest in peace to the 45 people who passed away in that incident, that entire deal. Rest in peace to them, and hope their families find strength and help. And our prayers as the world are with them, always. And there's some people that obviously, like, some houses were flattened and some houses collapsed, and like, there's just a lot that's happening. So at this point, it's a race of like trying to find people who survived under these houses or couldn't make it out, and like try and save them. You know what I mean? It's gonna take a lot. They might have a lot of numbers even after after the 48. There might be more numbers, because we don't really know for sure. Because I think the phone alert, when she got the phone alert, she didn't have much time. It had like literally a minute to be like, oh, let me go check. And while she went away to check on the window, the house started like shaking. It started shaking, and it's reported that the quake caused the land to rise up more than 4 meters above ground. 4 meters, 18 feet, which is like 13 feet, and move 330 centimeters west. Yeah, like, guys, sometimes I do feel like, as South Africans, we are very lucky, because imagine we don't get to experience things like tsunami. Well, we had an earthquake in the last, but it's weak that one. But I'm not taking that for granted. I'm like saying, we are very lucky that we don't get to go through such, like, people in the world, like Japan, just called it Gasi's food, Japan. So people in Japan, like, English. So people in Japan, they go through these things: earthquake, tsunami, rebuilding. Like, it's a lot, and it takes a lot. Like, I know, it says like President of the United States, Joe Biden, says the US is ready to provide any necessary assistance. I don't know if America is not of any. Sorry, I don't know if Japan will accept it because of like the genocide thing that's happening in Gaza. I guess we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, man, I wanted to before, like, because I noticed we have a few minutes on this episode left. So, entertainment tonight also came up with like a story, and of Jimmy Kimmel, and he was being accused by one of his friends. I don't know if that guy is Jeffrey McPhee is McMurphy. Is it McMurphy? McMurphy is is Jimmy's friend. I don't know if it's Jimmy's friend, because he was like, yeah, people like Jimmy Kimmel, well, are just hoping, have their fingers crossed that the list doesn't come out. And Jimmy Kimmel came out and said this to his statement. He said, I don't know anything about this. He did come out and said, yeah, asshole, for the record, I've not met or flown with, or I've never met or flown with or visited the place, obviously he's talking about, or had any contact whatsoever with Epstein, nor will you find my name on any list or other that clearly, on any list other than the clearly phony nonsense that soft-brained wackos like yourself can't seem to distinguish from reality. Your reckless words put my family in danger. Keep it up, and we'll discuss or we'll debate the facts in court. So yeah, that's what he had to say. I think he was being Pat McMurphy. He was being interviewed by ETV, I think. Yeah, so because it also went out to release a statement of what he said about Jimmy Kimmel. So yeah, man, I think if there's a list, man, I don't think if there's a list with powerful people who visited there and it's incriminating, I don't think with all the money in the world, I don't think those people would like leave it to come out. I know like the Oprah thing, he came out that she was being arrested in Sweden and 100 million is it the Kenyans or the Camels, is it the Camel, where the money was being traced and it ended up in Sweden, and like all these things, that funny stories that were going on, there's no proof of anything. And I'm like, oh, okay. So, shout out to, like, you remember yesterday, like, I like this. Yesterday I was speaking about Jay-Z and the government and everything surrounding that. And all I want from Beyonce and Jay-Z is to come out and get what Jimmy Kimmel did. It just dismissed the rumors. And by doing that, to me, I'm like, we are done. I'm no longer arguing with anybody who says anything about them, but they haven't came out, so it's a bit hard. So yeah, I started like the book of the day without any wasting of time. The book of the day is the psychology of money. And I know it's the third time we've had this book as a book of the day. So today it's just the first day. Today it is the book of the day because, I'm the one who is reading the book. So the author is Morgan Hessel. So the genre is study guide. So we have a genre that's called study guide. I didn't know that. But I think this to me is more like a self-help book, if I'm not mistaken. You do correct me. So like the book on Goodreads is ranking 4.4 out of 5. On Take a Lot, it's 5 out of 5. Readers Welfare, I think it's 5 out of 5. I think because the full name is not written here. So yeah, it's the Readers Warehouse. It's ranking 5 out of 5. Google users rank this book 96%. So like 96% of Google users like this book. So yeah, it's a good book. I started reading it but I'll give you what I think about it eventually, but still the first day I enjoyed the smaller things that I got to read. A very interesting book. So yeah, I think that's the only reason it got the book of the day today, because of that. I did enjoy this episode. And don't forget to follow, subscribe, and rate the episode to get a notification for each and every time we drop a new episode. I'm your host with the most, Lesego M, Diddy Report, aka Future Short, and maybe you might get a chance to call me Diddy like Cairo. Have a lovely day. Cheers.